Hey everybody, welcome back to Wicked Good Sports. This is At the Buzzer. We're joined as always by Jack Tiernan. Jack, how you doing?
Brian, how about yourself?
Doing quite well. Excited.
Good.
Coming off of talking about teams that we maybe don't like, we're going to talk about the team that we do like. The Celtics have made a trade, and Jack, what are your thoughts here?
This is interesting, right? I think let's talk about Brad Stevens, the GM now, right? Did not waste any time, right?
No.
The season's not even over yet, right?
Yep.
And the trade's already been done, finalized, whatever.
I was surprised that,
Um,
I didn't know you could do this.
Either.
You can't do this in, football.
I don't think it technically happened, right? I think it's one of those formalities will be finalized. They probably signed an agreement, or I don't really know, but officially won't go through until the new league year, which is in I think February. So.
Right. Yeah.
Not February, sorry, like September. But yeah, dude, I am a decent fan of this trade. Not so much for the assets that we dropped and gained, more so in the cap flexibility that it gives us in the coming years. So we'll recap it, right? So we traded away the 14th overall pick in this draft, and Kemba Walker, who really was just an overall good dude, to OKC Thunder for second round pick in 2 years, and Al Horford and Moses Brown. Can't forget Moses Brown.
Yes.
And old friend Al Horford being back, I think is just a nice feel good.
I like Al Horford, so I know he's older, but I enjoy. I enjoy him.
Dude, I think the tandem of him and Time Lord could be really fun to watch, just because Al has such good court vision. He can really play have some passing ability, right? So it takes some of the pressure off of whoever that starting guard will end up being, whether that's Marcus Smart or somebody else.
Yeah.
We'll let you know in 3 or so months. But Celtics don't have a first round pick now, but they gained about $12 million in cap flexibility for this year and next year, which has a lot of really, really good free agents coming out of the market.
Right. Yeah. So obviously, the difference between Danny Ainge and Brad Stevens is seemingly going to be the aggressiveness and the actual ability to pull off these big trades. Because you said it in one of our first episodes talking about the trade deadline. Danny Ainge is amazing, great, Celtics legend, all that, but a lot of times it would be oh, we were trying to do this and it didn't happen. And it's that's so nice, but that does not help.
No. It was just I don't know, man. You're right. It was just, it felt half-baked whole, the last 5 or so years. It was tough.
Yeah. So obviously we got Brad Stevens going to the front office here and already pulling stuff off. I guess, how are you feeling, just a little bit into this tenure, having moves already happen? Are you optimistic for Brad Stevens going forward?
So I think, Brad Stevens has been on the bench with these guys, right? He's been coaching them. He's been coaching up Jalen, Jason, Marcus, any other of the young guys. He'll be able to tell, for example, if Neesmith is going to turn into anything, if Romeo Langford is going to turn into anything, how bad Grant Williams is as a player.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see what moves he makes. And I think he has made a point to do what Danny has not, and that's really address what Jason and Jalen's feelings are, because this is going to be their team going forward.
Right.
Two all-star dudes, both below 24 years old. I think these really are your centerpieces. You have to make them happy, or they're going to want to leave.
Yeah, and I will give credit, obviously, to Danny Ainge. He acquired the picks that eventually would turn into, the core of the team. So
great move.
I think from that perspective, he should be praised heavily. He's laid the groundwork. Now it's going to be up to Brad Stevens to just get the last pieces, the last players to put around them and bring a championship to Boston. It's an exciting time. I guess you have any players you'd like to see Danny Ainge acquire, target, anything like that?
I have players that I think would be realistic, and I think I have players that I would love,
Let's go with the realistic, because it's easy to say, I would love for them to trade for LeBron James right now. Very possible, right?
Sure, totally, that's happening. The Lakers are definitely giving up on him. What I think, if I could combine these categories, let's say, right? If I could say a pipe dream and maybe something that could be realistic.
Sure, yeah.
depending on what the Portland Trail Blazers do this coming off season. We talked about it in a previous episode where Damian Lillard wanted Jason Kidd as a coach, and Jason Kidd was like, no. So, and then Portland cut him out of contention. So,
Right.
for Dame, that's probably like, dude, okay, what the hell was that? And like,
Right.
Portland isn't going to do what I want, so why should I want to stay here? So maybe he requests a trade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the Celtics acquire him. I don't think it's happening, frankly.
Yeah.
But if the Celtics acquire Dame, I don't know what I'll do. Like, I will be so excited that I'll probably cry. Like, it's some insane emotions will come out of me. But like, you need someone who's a primary ball handler, and if that's Marcus Smart, that's fine. I think a realistic acquisition in the offseason, or I guess I could say reacquisition, is Evan Fournier. Just because depending on what kind of money he commands, and I don't think it'll be very much, I think that'll be a great sixth man if Smart ends up running the point.
Right.
You probably drop Jalen to the 2, Jason to the 3, probably put Al at your 4, and Time Lord's your starting 5. And that's, I mean, I like the way that sounds. I don't know how durable they'll be, but I think certainly it would be fun to watch.
Right.
So we'll see. I think Brad definitely has a lot more moves left in the tank this offseason alone. So
Yeah.
whether that's extending Time Lord or acquiring a bunch of dudes or trading away and cutting a bunch of like dead weight, which we have in the massive accrual of rookies, or not rookies anymore, but I just, like Grant Williams,
All
Carson
those
Edwards,
draft
all those
picks
guys.
that they had, yeah.
Right. Like, they're sitting on the bottom of the roster. Like, go give them an opportunity somewhere else type of deal,
Yeah, no, that'd be, I think, best for everyone involved there.
Definitely.
And yeah, chief among it, we gotta figure out who the coach will be, right? Like,
Yeah, that's a big step.
important. That's a big one. But yeah, for now, I think reasons to be optimistic, and probably like a potential tease for more episodes like this where we talk about crazy things Brad Stevens is cooking up.
Dude,
So-
big Brad guy. Brad the GM. Big Brad guy.
Excited. It seems the Celtics have kind of, for the last, like, I would say maybe 4 or 5 years, have orbited, like, the space of, like, are they going to take the next step? Is this the year? What's going to, happen for them to get to the finals, to potentially win a finals? And it just wasn't working out. So I think there is reason for Celtics fans to be excited with
Definitely.
a certain change here. So I guess, Jack, is there anything else you want to touch on this topic before we get on out of here?
Yeah, I mean, if I had to do one thing, right, we talked about it in the last episode. If we're talking about Philly's process that spanned like 8 or so years, the Celtics have had like 3 mini processes, right?
Right.
That in that same timeline. So I think there's a lot of hope. We're actually doing something. We're turning something over. And if we can have a guard that really like glues this offense together, I think we're going to be a really rock solid team. I hope it happens. I hope it comes to fruition. But Philly's screwed, and that's all I care about, right? I'm thrilled with that.
I agree. I would much rather, well, I'd always much rather be a Celtics fan, of course, but I'd much rather be a
God.
Celtics fan right now than a 76ers fan after last night.
Same.
So.
Their hopes are crushed.
And if you want to hear more about that, check out our last episode. That would, at the time of airing, is yesterday. If you're listening to the podcast version, it was like 5 minutes ago. So you don't have to go anywhere. Jack, where can they find you online?
You got it, Brian. So best place to find me for all NBA takes. The rest of the playoffs are still going on, so I'll definitely be tweeting out some stuff. Follow me at Jack_Tiernan. I've got all my stuff on there. Definitely will be trying some comic relief as I still cry my eyes out about a first round exit, but we're fine.
Yeah, we're getting
fine.
over it. We have
It's fine.
brighter, things ahead. So.
Right, Kemba's already gone, but I'm fine. We're fine. It's okay.
Oh, man. All right, so follow Jack there. Follow me on Twitter at TheFakeBMar, that's BMARR. The channel is on Twitter at WG Sports, Wicked Good Sports. I don't know. Follow the main channel at WG Everything. It's always retweeting this channel. Follow the main channel on YouTube, youtube.com/Wicked Everything. Subscribe to this one. Get us to 100 subscribers so we can get that custom URL. Of course, we're on podcast services wherever you listen to them, and the main channel is on Twitch at twitch.tv/Wicked Everything. Until next time, thank you so much for listening, and Jack, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thanks, Brian. Take care, guys.